What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. The car is finally back in my garage. Tokyo's car was actually in here yesterday. I had to make him a seat bracket. I didn't film any of it. It's really hot and I didn't want to do two things at once, but kind of a disappointment after the dyno. As you can see, still no cylinder heads.
We got no windows, do we? No, do we?
So, what had happened was the valve actually came down, kissed the cylinder wall. So what actually happened was the valve actually came down and it just nicked the corner of the cylinder wall right here and ended up bending all our valves. I don't know the exact solution, but it's getting new valve guides, it's getting new valves in it, and I think they're gonna cut the valves a little bit smaller because the valves, the way they were in the head, they actually overlapped the valve seat. They didn't need to be that big. So we'll figure something out. But I also had a list of things to do that I needed to do before Miles of Mayhem. A bigger coolant tank. I had to do some of the wiring. This makes it easier to do my wiring now. As you can see, I had shit temporarily done. I need to put a trailer hitch on my car because we bought this little tiny trailer for our race week thing. It's so awesome, it's gonna work perfect. I've also been contemplating building a bigger fuel tank because there's only 27 liters, which is not gonna be enough at all. Man, the last builder of this car, like the person who built it first, was such a fan of these self-tapping, like frigging screws. They're everywhere in this car. These things are seriously everywhere in the car. Like, bro, we got rib nuts nowadays. Son, bro. This is what I'm working with the relay board on the inside. As you can see, it's kind of a disaster. I'm not really a fan of it. So anything in here that needs to be labeled, I'm going to put a piece of tape on it. Well, anything that I know that needs to be labeled, piece of tape on it, correlating to where it needs to go. I'm going to try and rip almost everything apart, bundle it all back up, run my new wires that I need to run out to the bulkhead that's on the firewall in there, and hopefully make something a little bit better than this. The biggest thing is, without me wiring this, I don't know where anything goes, but if I rewire it, I kind of know where things go. So if something breaks and I know what broke, I kind of know the area to look in to find what broke. Okay, turned our mess into more of a mess, but at least I can see down here and see where everything goes, start tying it up and running stuff places. And yeah, that relay where the power's just stuck in it, that's because I couldn't find power for it before. Okay, first thing I did is I just mounted the Holley dash controller up on the side there. So that's out of the way. It used to just be like hanging down here somewhere, but then I couldn't see all the fuses and stuff that are down here. So that's the first thing I did. Well, first thing I did was disconnect everything and label it. It's all over here. Wires everywhere. Found a couple of connectors that have been like blown out. This one bent up, so that one wasn't going to work because it wasn't connecting to the other side. The other side's actually mangled more than this one. I found one here in our park neutral one that was bent up, so I replaced that one too. I'm just going to put a new connector here, a new connector in there. It's been a couple hours of me just like tracing out wires, trying to find better ways to put them, and then keeping a mental idea of like how everything runs, so if anything goes wrong, I know where it is. That's the biggest thing. I just want to get comfortable of where everything goes. Alright, now this thing is back to 3 connectors here. Trudging along, it's so hot, I swear it's got to be at least 30 degrees in this garage right now. I'm sweating. I'm actually probably not sweating because I didn't drink enough water. And this is basically what it looks like going back together. Daddy Cal informed me that the weather pack connectors are only good for like 20 amps, so they're probably not good for my fuel pump and shit. That's probably not good. I probably should run different things for my fuel pump. Oh my god, I'm dying. It's actually 104 degrees Fahrenheit in Canada right now. The wiring I have to leave for a little bit because after consulting with my wiring friend, those like weather pack connectors are only good for like 20 amps. And some of my stuff needs more than that. So I might have to go straight from the panel to the thing that I need. It might be a little bit half-assed before race week, but I did this. I did put the hitch on the back, but I have to build a mount that goes from like here to this pipe, just for the secondary mount. So that's what I'm doing next. Cool little hitch though. Kind of bolts in there. There's my fuel pump, air to water pump. So Colby dropped by and he left his water, but I think he did it on purpose because he's dropping little subtle hints everywhere in my videos. Legacy Auto Group, they have like 8 dealerships across Alberta. It's where I bought my personal cars. Dudes there, super helpful. You get like the Colby experience at Legacy Auto Group. That's where we got the Hellcat, the truck. All my friends who own Hellcats, same thing. We bought it just because of the owner, because he's awesome. So make sure to check him out. If you're in Alberta, Legacy Auto Group. We got most of the hitch done. What I've done is just built a little plate here, and then I MIG welded it because my TIG welder won't reach all the way back here. This bar is actually connected from this frame rail all the way to the other frame rail, so that's gonna be plenty strong. Just need a little bit bigger bolt. Put a hitch in it, bought a ball. Ball was too big for that hole. Stupid ass Kyle.
I love you, you stupid ass.
I have more respect for the guys that live in like wherever it's 100 degrees Fahrenheit now. But the biggest thing is the swinging temperatures. Holy jeez. We go from minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit in the winter all the way to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's a 150 degree swing from winter to summer. That's hard. All right, so what I'm doing here now is anything that needs a big gauge wire from the panel, I'm running it in this loom. So on here are our 2 fans, starter, water pump, and actually the horns in here too. This is everything that's gonna come through the firewall. This is just temporary until I can use my HD plugs again. I just put a small hole down here and a grommet so they'll come through the firewall here, and then everything's gonna ground up here to this big ground bulkhead. Just for simplicity. Right now, I just don't want any of the wires to burn up on these long road trips because things are gonna get hot. So my best bet is come straight from the panel, get rid of all my connections, and then if I have to, I'll crimp them straight to the wires, or I have nice Deutsch connectors for the actual ends that I bought. But, you know, I don't like things when they get melty. And to avoid the situation, I will gladly run all new power wires until this car can get wired up properly, or, you know, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm gonna just do it. I'm so delirious. It's like, I'm sweating. Look at this. I don't even have to do work today. Colby's doing it all. So we ran those wires through the chassis. There's wire up to the board. Like I said, worst case, I know where they all go. I wired a little horn in here too. It's going to the front now. We got all our main power wires, and then our grounds are just gonna run to the chassis over there. And like I said, at the very least, we'll know where everything goes. Just break it.
Oh yeah.
Just break it.
Trying to not break it.
Alright, it just comes through the firewall back there, runs along the frame. You can see it in this loom. All our grounds end up here for everything. Loom actually comes underneath this and across and down to here. Everything is just butt connected together right now with the shrink butt connectors. And then it goes to here for the horn. And you can see it's just tied up and nice. I really appreciate Colby for coming over to help me do that. But it's just butt connector because I don't have the crimpers for the Deutsch connectors, but we left enough slack in it that we can put the Deutsch connectors in afterwards. But now our 2 fans work, and then our horn works too. And I just put it on a button right there on the panel. Gotta have a horn, man. I actually registered and insured it today. And the trailer, so we're all ready. We just need the cylinder heads back now. Today is Wednesday. It starts on Monday, but we have to leave on Sunday, so I can get the cylinder heads back Friday. I have Saturday to put them on. It's gonna be tight, man. It's gonna be so tight, and I'm genuinely worried about it. We have Dan's BMW N4 as a backup car if this one does not pan out, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it down to the wire. I've been like sweating my ass off, just picking out stuff to have it ready. And that should work better. So I've got to weld up this bracket just a little bit more and then build another one over there. We can put the bumper back on and then that's done. I'm sorry this video is all over the place. It's been like the craziest last 2 or 3 days. It's been like plus 40, which is like 107, which is like unheard of. It's all-time records for where we live. And like I have work to do, so I have to be out here. So it's been like so sluggish, so slow. It's hard to pick up the camera, but I was just trying to get the last little things I need done. And then the only thing we're waiting on is the cylinder heads. Unfortunately, today is Thursday, which means it's Canada Day, which means shipping doesn't happen today. So hopefully the valve guys get to the place tomorrow. If they get there tomorrow, I can go down, get them. I'll be back late Friday night, early Saturday morning. I can have a nap. I can put them on Saturday, have the car running and driving, hopefully. And then Sunday, we actually have to leave 4 miles of mayhem. So it's like, it's so close if the heads get done tomorrow. If they don't, we're out. That's what it comes down to. There, both of them are in. This thing's rated for like 200 pounds tongue weight, so I'm basically 200 pounds. So if it doesn't break with me, I think we're gonna be okay. So next time, so now when Tokyo breaks down, I can pull them straight from my hitch. How about that, Tokyo? Well, the next thing that sucks is this stupid chute mount is actually stuck in there. When I got it, there was no bolt in here. It was just like jammed in there and rusted together. I do have a bunch of 1-inch pipe I can build another one with. I don't really want to get a tubing bender out. but I might have to like cut it off right here and slide hammer it off. Okay, we're gonna put the vice grips on this. Try and find a good spot to pull on the vice grips. Might ruin the vice grips, but might get this thing off at the same time. What if we just cut a little slot in this right here? Should fit in that slot. Or not. Maybe I'll try and weld this piece in. This is an adapter for the kit, but it's already bent, so, I mean, whatever, Dan, I'm welding your piece on there. It was coming, though. It was coming. There you go. That was dumb. Found an old piece of bar from our intercooler support. Instead of cutting up a brand new piece, I have like 80 feet of this, but yeah, this just slides in. Probably could use a little bit more shaving down, but boom, lines up. So this just needs a little bit of a bend in it to get through the bumper here, because that's at a bit of an angle. But for now, we'll put the bumper back on, see where we're at, and see how cool our hitch is. Maybe even drag the trailer over here and hook it up. That'd be kind of cool, right? My little trailer on my car. Here's how it looks with the bumper on. I just need to make this piece now. I have to put a little bend in it. I don't know if I want to or not, and then attach it, like re-weld it back to the chute mount. But yeah, our hitch is on, bumper's back on. Perfect. I'm actually out here in my undie pants because it's too dang hot. So I'm gonna go edit this video. I might go get in our little tiny pool that actually has a little hole in it, but I need to cool off today. So it's like Saturday morning. I actually went and got the cylinder heads. That's a bonus. That'll be in the next video, but I did go get them. I'm filming this after I went and got them. Miles of Mayhem is, we gotta leave Sunday, which is...
When are we leaving on Sunday?
Tomorrow at noon.
That's not... Oh, it's Saturday.
Yes.
But we haven't gone to bed yet.
We haven't gone to bed yet. It's been hotter than balls.
1:20 a.m.
It's been hotter than balls out. And basically for the last 3 days we've been dying, but stuff needed to be done, so we had to do it.
We spent like 10 hours in the truck in AC, so you can't say you've been
today,
dying.
yes, today. Yes.
I've been dying. Did you tell me a funny story about the sheet?
My God. Okay. We have a story for the end of this video right now. Gina likes to do the devil's lettuce sometimes.
Okay, I had the best idea last night because it's been plus 35 in our house. Even with the AC unit in our bedroom, it's still really hot. And I was telling him, I said, I read this thing that said if you put a towel or something in water and then wring it out and it's still damp and you drape it over you while you sleep.
We're stopping you there. You said a towel or something. This woman's, with her high-ass ideas, went to our bedroom, grabbed the whole goddamn sheet off the bed, brought it to the bathtub, and she started just like profusely pouring water over this.
No, I turned on the tap and I put the balled up sheet underneath the tap and started like getting it soaked. And then he walks in because he went downstairs for something. He walks in, he's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Look, isn't this the best idea I've ever had?" And his face was like it was so funny.
That was the highest idea I've ever seen her do in her entire life.
It was so funny and it worked amazing.
I don't want to sleep under a wet sheet, but that's just me. So she slept with it.
It was damp, but I just like folded it and like laid it over top of my body and it was perfect. When I woke up it was like dry.
That's a high-ass kitty if you ask me. Anyways, tomorrow's gonna be a thrashing day, so we're gonna try and keep up with videos for the race week. As of right now, if everything goes as planned, I should be able to take my Mustang, but it's one of those things where like it works every time, 60% of the time.
Sex Panther.
Sex Panther.
Smells like.
Anyways, I'm Kyle. That's Gina. AlienTrashCatty.com. Peace easy and get that V.